straight to the jugular, right to the gut, with an uppercut to follow, then a hook, and then just a light jab just to tap you while you're falling down. Nah, but we need to get our ass whooped by life sometime, because in the healing process, we put ourselves back together better. So if I didn't go through, you understand me, that fight, I would have never got to that freedom and realized this is what I want the most. The money, never what I've been chasing. It's always the freedom, the power. That's what's the most important. So you may like your job and you can justify working there. Oh, you love your job. But you've never tasted freedom to even know what you truly want. See, some people ain't left a city. Some people ain't left a state. Some people only travel maybe a couple of places. If you've never been to different countries, how do you know that the place that you currently live in is the best place for you? If you've never tasted different foods and cuisines, how do you know what you even like without taste testing in life? If you've never tried different skill sets to even see if your mindset is attuned to be good at other things that will make you even more effective at life. We don't even give ourselves the opportunity to find our sweet spot in life. Some of you all may be able to make millions of dollars. You may find your notoriety. You may find your community there, but you're scared of the research that it takes to break into a new industry. Some of you all may be very great at options trading because it takes just a small amount of education for you to go learn it. You absorb it, you understand the language of it, you study it, you let it become a part of your thinking. And you may have the ability to sit at home and be disciplined enough to make your 6-7 figures. You may become the greatest options trader in the world. Who knows if you never give yourself the opportunity. If you never give yourself the opportunity to be influenced by something new, you don't even know what you're good at. And that's why jobs are dangerous. You just over broke. Jobs are dangerous because they limit your capacity to live. They limit your capacity to experience because you are contracting your time for money. So you don't even know what you're really good at. You don't even know what you like. And this is where I come in for the culture, because I'm always working to shift and advance the culture to the present. We was taught to work hard, right? Work hard, right? That coincided with Newtonian law. The more energy you put in, more energy you get out. Equal force, blah, 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 right? So we literally was operating on white scientists thinking as a formula for how our success will come about, right? Not knowing the root, not knowing why everybody else spread this, not knowing why economists started to use that, because Newton was the famous scientist at that time. And then Newton was pushed out by Einstein because Einstein came and started talking about the law of relativity and things of that nature. Now that things are relative. But here's the thing. That was during the Industrial Revolution, when the more manpower you had, the more work you can get done, the further you can get done in a shorter amount of time. So first it's horsepower and manpower. Then they had the locomotives, so where they created the railroads, and who controlled the railroads, guess what? They can get a lot more. Started utilizing the coal, steam engines, whatever the hell it was. So yeah, the more force, the more power you have, you going further. Now you can get communication further, right? You can put letters on a train and it'll get there faster than you giving it to a carrier, you understand me, with a buggy and a horse. Then that was replaced by the telephone. You had technology coming about, right? So now people saying, no, you gotta work smarter. Don't just be working hard, because it's no longer about your manpower and your man force. It's about the intelligence, how you use that power and where you apply it, because we got new tools. So it changes the formula of success every time we get new tools. Now, the last part of this formula is this. It's no longer about your hard work. So don't tell your kid you work hard in life, you'll get it, son. You work hard in life, daughter, you're going to have everything you need. Don't do that. That's an antiquated formula. You don't tell them, hey, just go work smart. Just be a smart worker, and everything come to you. Now, working hard and smart are still necessary, but they're not the blunt of the formula. So what is, right? 70% of children, no, 90%, sorry, are creative by at the age of 4, right? You test them, they're highly creative. And to give an analogy on that, there was a story where a bunch of men are standing around a truck. Now this truck is tall, right? So it gets stuck under this bridge, this underpass. So the bridge is the truck is stuck, and you got all these men standing around, and they're trying to figure out how to get their truck out. So what they decide to do is they decide to try to push it. They're trying to use all the force they can, but truck ain't going nowhere. You understand me? A couple of men try to come up with ideas. Nothing's working. And then there's a child that's standing there watching, and the child say, "What if you poke a hole in the tire?" And everybody stop and they look at the child like, "That's creative. Let's try that." You poke the hole in the tire, you deflate the height of the truck. It goes down, and you're able to move forward. Now the child didn't have the force as the adult. The child didn't have the intelligence as the adult. But the child also didn't have the limitations because they don't think the same. So the creative agency of a child, the super intelligence, the consciousness that we have, allows us to think free flowing. To be like, let's try something different. Because the child always questions. The child like mine always questions why. Why do we have to do it like this? When you go to school and you question your teacher, they tell you that's a bad thing, right? Well, maybe the formula and the way your teacher was teaching wasn't good. They tell you don't question adults. Every time they're doing that, they're destroying the original creative thinking that you had. Because no child is born agreeing with the current world. We're questioning the world around us. Why does the knob have to turn this way? Why do we have to learn this lesson? Why do we have to write our name at the top here? So with that questioning, because all you going in the world, you're interacting and saying that, no, these are better ways things can be done. That's creativity. You're thinking of different ways. You're thinking of different whys. I know that these things have been in place, but these are other ways we can use them. These are other ways they can be done. So the child is creative. So when that childlike mind is consistent and it's not destroyed by the world and you're rebellious to the paradigm, when you get the tools that the smart people created, you're going to figure out the most creative ways to use them because you're going to use them different than how everybody else is using them. You're going to use them different than how you was instructed to because that's when your creativity goes into play. It's the same thing in business, marketing, branding, sales, wealth creation, right? We got artificial intelligence. We got smart contracts. We have NFTs. We got digital real estate. The smart person already created the tool. Don't try to be the smartest person. Work to be creative. So it's not about the hard work or the smart work. The most important is the creative work, that creative energy that you apply. When you look at myself, come on now, I'm a creator. When you look at Jake Taylor Jacobs, that man sell insurance, but go look at his page on how Brother Ben taught him how to utilize digital real estate to where he was utilizing mail. And the mail, he was doing mail-in marketing. The mail-in marketing, you got for every like 1,000, 10,000, you working to try to get 4% or 5%, or however he explained it. So it was the more work that they can do, the harder they work, the more returns they got. But then when he got on social media and he utilized these smart tools with the smartphone, it was the more creative he became, the more results he got. So he was able to increase his results times 100 because he got more creative, not because he worked hard. They don't expect Black America to get creative when it comes to building wealth. But when we look at that 2053 poverty plan for Black America and Brown America, y'all 2073, it's not about hard work that's going to get us there. Because if we work hard and we work as hard as every other community, they're still ahead of us. So we still will never have equity or equality. So what we need to do, we got to get creative with it.